So we come to the fifth move of this form based on the 8 brocades, or basically our hypno, yoga, Pilates, qigong sequence, basically a mixture of all the breaths in one with this calibrated, synchronized motion. It's called bending over to wag the tail to calm heart fire, and many names similar. I'm not going into too much detail, or snakehead swing tail I've heard it called. Doesn't really matter. It's a nice one actually. It really fits well with the Pilates, as in you can use it to sort of stack up the vertebrae bone by bone, and it's very good movement based exercise. Real nice sort of natural motion. Shoulders are melting over hips, head over shoulders. It's all about natural motion, especially at the end. It's like the crack at the end of a whip. It's a nice sort of bit where we just take the shoulders back, allow them just to, with awareness, melt down in towards the body. I digress there. We're going to go straight into the breathing anyway. So if you do that with me, we're just going to zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. You can't go wrong there. If you do one or the other one's going to work. Okay, and if you scoop out your abdominals, you'll zip up pelvic floor, same vice versa. But again, I go through it segmentally. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, navel towards the spine, and we're going to bring in a yogic breath. We're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the nose. So that makes it yogic breath in a way, because it's lengthening the breath, and we want to lengthen especially the out breath, that elongated out breath. That makes that hypnotic in a way, that it's encouraging the subconscious part of the mind, or the benefits of the parasympathetic nervous system, housekeeping parts of the body. Sleep, digestion, rest is benefited also, but basically the parasympathetic nervous system is all the things you don't think about: digestion, organs functioning, etc., cellular communication between each other, that sort of thing. Okay, so basically the body just working of its own accord, all the things you don't have to think about happening each day, etc., all happen in a more beneficial way. Okay, so if you start with that, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. That'll naturally help you breathe into these lower lobes of the lungs, help you use the corset muscle, powerhouse, the girdle of strength, the transverse abdominis muscle, the corset muscle, in towards the spine. Okay, and you're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Unlike Pilates, you generally exhale through pursed lips and qigong, but again, we're going to breathe out through the nose. So that makes it nice and yogic. It's a nice filtering breath, cleansing breath. Smaller filter through the nose helps us lengthen the breath, especially that lovely elongated out breath. Okay, that stimulates the subconscious part of the mind, helps us with sleep, digestion, rest, etc. What I've already mentioned. So lovely. If you want to get the Ujjayi breath with it, optional, slightly more advanced, yogic breath, seashore breath, near enough sort of Darth Vader breath. You sort of grip at the esophagus and you exhale through the nose. As you grip at the esophagus, makes a sort of soft, silky, whistling, sighing breath, Ujjayi breath. You probably can hear that. So as you do this with me, and that just will naturally happen. That fall, that out breath will naturally fall out longer than the in breath. Again, it can be slightly longer or a lot longer. Lovely. So we can link that to motion. Okay, so again, going to go into sort of horse riding stance. Feet slightly out of V, but not Charlie Chaplin. They're slightly out of V. You can stay up high, as with all qigong sequences, or any sequences, movement-based patterns, or down low, but no lower than knees in line with toes, I would go personally. Lovely. So I'm going to go back, zip up, gather in. From here, we're going to push down. So we're going to push down here. It's going to come a little bit nearer. We're We push down and that causes a little bit of traction in the spine. The vertebrae open up, that's optional. You feel the shoulders come up, so we're going to allow them to melt down in a minute. So we're going to breathe in. As we come here, so it's shoulders drop. Then we're going to exhale to centre, gather in here especially. And then we're going to breathe in here. If you want this foot turn, you can do to save the knee. Going to exhale to centre. And you're going to exhale to centre. That makes us breathe with the spine. So I'm going to come a little bit nearer. Optional, if you want to go deeper, you can do, but you're breathing in. Again, that helps us breathe with the spine. The spine's naturally doing that in everyday life as we breathe. So that helps us breathe with the spine. You're going to exhale down. Press in here if you like. Okay. Then we're going to breathe in. Shoulders melt down. Then you're going to exhale to centre. Then you're going to breathe in. When you exhale, make that longer. Really empty out there and push down. Okay, these shoulders will come up, but then they're gonna, on the in-breath, come down. Think of them shoulders just sort of sliding around the rib cage, just like sort of magnets around the fridge. Just to accommodate that movement just enough. And you can get that little pivot on the foot as you come to here. It's a nice natural motion. I'll just come a little bit nearer so I can just show you the motion. Shoulders melt back down. They retract and then depress down and relax down. So there's a sort of trickle of water just running down the back and dispersing. Mount the shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Breathe from the spine, it's like an arcing motion here. Exhaling down. The spine naturally does this in everyday life with micro movements as we breathe in. Again, just think of a sort of long run when you're exhaling, you're breathing in, you're tired. On a micro level, that's doing that all day long, your spine. It's breathing in, exhaling. So that's the natural motion of the spine there. So again, as we breathe in, come up, that helps us breathe with the spine. Okay, that extension of the spine, flexion of the spine. Again, we're just overemphasizing that breathing pattern of the spine there. So it really helps us breathe with the spine, helps us use the lumbar thoraciofascia. So it's basically the part of the corset muscle that does up around the back, helps us extend up against gravity, and your rectus spinae. Okay, lovely. So a little bit of detail with that one. And next is 2 hands climb the back to strengthen the kidneys. Lovely. Bang. That's number 5.